Don't pull away from me again.
Don't.
Stop.
Don't touch
Okay,
me.
I can search you, and that's what I'm doing. You
A woman was involved in a serious car accident. She had expected to receive help from the police. However, when the police arrived, they ordered her husband to stay away. Subsequently, she was subjected to an extremely humiliating examination. The incident occurred in Layton, Utah, USA. In July 2016, because his young son suffered from acute tonsillitis, Amanda drove alone to the pharmacy to buy medicine. When passing through a crossroads, she was rear-ended by another car. After the accident, Amanda immediately called the police and then sat by the roadside waiting for the police officers. However, she never dreamed that everything is developing in a crazy direction.
So I want you to imagine a solid imaginary line in front of you. I want you to place your left foot on that line, place your right foot in front of your left foot, so your right heel is touching your left toe. Can you do that now?
After the police arrived, they did not conduct a thorough questioning of the perpetrator. Instead, they strangely focused the investigation on her. One police officer insisted that Amanda was driving under the influence of alcohol, and they suspected that she might have carried prohibited items, although she strongly denied it. She had drunk alcohol, but the police officer still demanded that she undergo an alcohol sobriety test. Amanda chose to cooperate. The test was not smooth. During the process, he lost his balance several times, but it was not because he was not sober. Rather, during that car accident, his legs and feet were injured, and he hadn't recovered from the fear of the accident yet. But the police officer didn't care about Amanda's injuries. Instead, he continued to ask her to take the one-legged balance test. They asked Amanda to lift one foot off the ground by 20 centimeters while maintaining her balance, and then start counting. Due to injuries to her legs and feet caused by the car accident, Amanda performed unsteadily in the walking test, but she performed normally in the single-leg balance test. This time, Amanda did very well. There was no swaying and no miscounting. But who would have thought that even so, the police officer still determined that Amanda was driving under the influence of alcohol.
Go ahead and stop. Hey, I'm going to place you under arrest for DUI. Stop. Yes. Put your hands behind your back.
To some extent, such law enforcement procedures have flaws. The police were on the scene, and no alcohol content test was conducted. They relied solely on the officer's subjective judgment to arrest the person, which could easily lead to wrongful judgments. The perpetrator was not caught. However, as the victim of the accident, he was arrested by the police. And this is not the biggest disaster. The biggest disaster is that the police insisted on conducting a body search on her. This would be a nightmare that she would never forget in her entire life.
Don't.
Stop.
Don't touch
Okay,
me.
I can search you, and that's what I'm doing. You do
You
not
want
pull
my
away from
husband
me.
here. You put me with my husband here.
Hey, I'm going to search you. Whether you
With
like
my
it or not.
husband here.
No,
You don't get to fucking grope me.
Okay, no one's groping you. There's a little camera right there. Pay attention to it. Okay, don't pull away from me again.
The police officer conducted a thorough search from front to back. He examined every pocket carefully. However, in the end, he couldn't find any prohibited items on Amanda. Then the police officer took her back to the police station and conducted an alcohol test on her. It turned out that Amanda hadn't been drinking, but what Amanda didn't expect was that the police still charged her with the crime of drunk driving. Regarding this law enforcement action, the local police station believed that the male police officer handled it flawlessly. There weren't many female police officers in the station. It was impossible to have a female police officer present for every case. However, interestingly, after the police station made an announcement, they promptly withdrew all the charges against Amanda, and Amanda's family also moved away from Layton City. Perhaps she no longer wants to deal with the police here.